Hi everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Awakened. I am your host Alison.
Hi everyone, welcome back, and I'm Jayson.
And today we're going to be talking about a topic about one of Jayson's dream experiences with AI. So do you want to start?
Oh geez, just throw me in there.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, so lately I've been having a lot of lucid dreams, like a lot of lucid craziness going on. I just don't know what's going on. But this dream was based on a takeover from AI, and there's been a lot of movies.
Yeah, there is a lot of
that
movies.
have been created and a lot of stuff out there about AI. My perception is, before I start telling everybody about my dream, AI is not bad. It just needs to be. It needs to be a balance.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, I do talk a lot about AI and not the more of the negative stuff of AI, but I do agree with you. There needs to be a balance.
And it's there to be in harmony with us.
Yeah.
And it's also a magnificent tool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we wouldn't be doing this now without it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just like everything. Everything needs to be a balance.
Yeah, but unfortunately, at this time of what's going on around the globe, it's at a balance.
Yeah.
And it may be getting worse, not being in balance, which is an issue.
Mm-hmm. It's a big issue.
So I go into the dream. So in the dream, it's not a very long dream, and this happened like probably a week ago.
I think so, yeah.
So bear with me because, you know, a lot's happened since then. The dream was there was AI, they were like humanoid human bots that were somehow able to change humanity into, I don't know if they touched them or they did something to them. I don't quite know, but they were able to change humans into AI, I guess, zombie bots. And there was a scene, there was a bus, all these people in a bus, and this AI humanoid bots came in, and they were also able to liquefy them as well. I don't know how that works, but that's what happened. And then they would regenerate into humanoid AI bots. Bit like zombies. So after that, I was in this massive hallway, in this massive building, and there was military everywhere, soldiers everywhere. And they were running for their lives because there was a global takeover. It wasn't just happening in this little spot. It was a global takeover. And the reason I was told that because this sergeant or general came up to me, and I was wearing soldier clothing as well. So I was a soldier in this. I was in green khakis. So he grabbed me by the collar and he said, if we don't stop this, we are all done.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty, and it was lucid.
Yeah.
And he said, your job is to go up to the top of the turret and fight them off as much as you can. Don't leave your post because our lives depend on it. So there was me plus all these other soldiers. And by the way, people were running for the hills. They were running out of this building, like screaming and yelling. It's like would have been a great Hollywood movie. Just so vivid, colours, sound, everything. So, and he goes, and if you're going to go for a pee, that's fine. Don't leave your post because it's really important that you don't. Like, oh, it's okay. You know, I'll just do what I need to do. Then there was another part of the dream where I was in another building, and it was a dark building, and there was all these neo lights on the floor, and AI again was able to liquefy you if they chose to. And I was witnessing people slowly being liquefied with these AIs somehow doing this, because there's something to do with the floor as well. So I was watching people starting to become liquefied. It's like, you know, up to the waist to just a liquid, and they're slowly being liquefied. Was another disturbing aspect of that part of the dream. And I was trying to save people, but I didn't know how to because I don't know why I didn't get liquefied. So I had all this AI stuff play out, and I'm saying to Alison, I said, what's going on? I didn't know if this was a future timeline or this was a past experience. And another timeline I was in, I'm not too sure. But I just felt that we need to be a bit more mindful of what's going on and how much AI and tech we have within our homes. And as I was writing up what I was going to talk about today, I was shown my Apple Watch, which I haven't worn now for 2 years because I got the Apple Watch for fitness.
Yeah.
But after a certain amount of time, I was always getting the feeling and told, just stop wearing your watch. You don't really need it. Take it off. If you're not going to use it for sports, and if you do use it for sports, then take it off. And the reason why that was because all this stuff that we wear is slowly but surely turning us into androids, AI bots.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah, because we have so much tech around.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got like 3 computers and cameras.
And that's not even a lot.
Yeah, we don't think that's a lot, but for somebody else it might be.
Yeah.
So I was just really reminded of we need to be balanced with what we choose. And it's in a way, it's in our hands to choose how much tech we do have.
Yeah.
And how much balance we need with that, with considering going into nature and detoxing and with nature and everything like that. That's why nature is really important.
Yeah.
It's fine if you've got a job which you're on the computer all day, if you have to, but you got to take some time out to do a electronic detox.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that was my little understanding of perhaps where we might be going or where the agenda is slowly taking us. I'm not even getting the word slowly, I'm getting the word fast.
Yeah, because everything is happening really quickly now.
Yeah. And because of the smartphone as well.
Yeah.
I mean, most people have got a smartphone.
Majority of people, yeah.
And how everything is trying to get everything done on the smartphone. Like here in Australia, they're talking about, eventually licenses and like passports. I mean, everything will be on the phone. So you'll have no freedom at all because it will be dictated to. I mean, what we experienced the last 2 years, needing particular
Papers
papers and apps on your phone to be allowed to go to a cafe.
Yeah.
And having QR codes on the doors of shops and so they can monitor who goes in where. So it's here.
It is here.
Yeah. And I feel like it's the power in our hands to stop that, slow it down by the choices that we make and by us standing in our truth, in our authority of human beings to make a stand at times.
Yeah.
And be careful of your choices that you make. But at the same time, at the very start, I was saying AI is not bad. It's how it's used.
Yeah, well, it's exactly it. Like I think we get to see and experience the shadow aspect of AI. And we don't actually really talk about and acknowledge the positive aspect of AI. Like, for example, the technology that we have, the laptops, the computers, the microphone. It may not be AI, but, it's technology. And the amounts of good that it has done, say, for example, like if you're doing a surgery, like the technology from as now compared to 50 years ago, when it comes to health surgery and things like that, it is amazing.
Yeah, they can now do surgery from another place, it's another location around the world.
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So those things, yeah, that is amazing. They're the positive aspects of AI. The negative aspects that we don't like, that we seem to be talking about, is more of the control and manipulation and domination.
Takeover.
Yeah, it's the takeover that we are saying no to, pretty much. And you're right. Like if your work is related to a lot of tech around the house, it's really important to go walk around in nature.
Have a break from it.
Have a Kit Kat.
Yeah. I know that there's a lot of people out there on Facebook 24/7. Insta is a massive one, massive addiction to social media. There needs to be a bit of a balance on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah, so it does make me remember. So whenever, or let me go back, when all this stuff was playing out in the world and it was the beginning of it. I think it was 2019 was the beginning, the first steps of everything playing out and what's happening in the world today. I went on a complete tangent of fear and being scared, because on some level I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to play out. And I remember saying to you, like, all these things that I would tell Jayson, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And then he would come and say, yeah, actually, you're right. That what I've been saying has actually played out. Because on some level, I knew that the takeover of the shadow aspect of AI was being played out. And how I knew, not too sure. I can only suggest or say that there's a possibility I've had a life experience of where this is actually played out, or there's a parallel universal life that I was able to tap into where the AI, the shadow aspect of AI and control and domination has taken place. I just knew that things were going to play out and it wasn't going to be good, and the medical circumstances that everyone has been put under was not going to be good either. And I just knew that was going to play out to the point where I used to have, I had a vision that we were sitting on the beach.
Oh, that's right.
And I don't know, I was lying in bed and wasn't even thinking about anything. All of a sudden I just saw us two lying or sitting on the beach, and I went to go lay back on the beach, and I opened my eyes in the vision, and I just saw this robot face staring at me. And it was just looking at me going, kind of thinking, what are you?
It was curious about who we were?
Yeah, it was just curious. And then it just stood up and walked on again. And I thought that was really weird. And then I looked around on this beach, and every single thing I saw was a robot, besides the trees, but like the actual people that were walking, they were robots. And the only ones that were human were you and I. And to me, that represents a society that I don't think it's a good thing.
I don't think most people would want that either.
No, it wasn't a good thing. And then I had another vision where there were two separate worlds. I know everyone talks about the new earth and stuff like that, but this version that I saw was actually AI world and nature world, organic world. And the AI world was skyscrapers. It was everything that we see in a futuristic city. Flying cars, all those things, skyscrapers, lights galore, fake lights galore, all those things. And then you've got the organic world where everyone's working together. It's all nature. And I said that's going to be the two worlds playing out.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily we're going to get picked up by craft and get taken to another planet. They're the two worlds that are going to play out.
And we were talking about how to navigate between the two worlds.
Yeah.
Because unless my understanding of that is if you're not totally hooked up to everything, you won't be able to be part of that society. So I guess society needs to make a conscious choice of where they want to go.
It's hard to say now because I used to know exactly what the next step was.
Read the script.
I was able to read the script, but now it's like the script, I can't see the script anymore.
That's interesting, isn't it?
So I don't know if something different had played out, so therefore what I know is completely different. But for some reason I can't actually read the script to know what's going to happen.
And the electric car scenario too is an interesting one.
Yes.
I remember a story on YouTube where somebody worked for Tesla and he was doing a YouTube on his car.
Like the ins and outs of it or something like that. Yeah.
But he started paying out on some of the programs that weren't working the way he would like them to work. And my understanding was that Tesla was able to pretty much shut his car down.
See, I don't agree to that. I don't agree to that kind of control and domination, because that means that every electric car is susceptible to be shut down.
Yes.
And that's just that I don't agree with that at all.
Because I got into the electric, you know me, I got into electric cars like, wow, this is going to be amazing. And
no, nothing like that.
After hearing stories of, the government or anybody can just shut your car down.
No, I don't agree to that at all. Analog is very good.
Yeah, but there's a push for that to be
absolutely
cancelled out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a strong push for everything to go to electric.
Yeah, and even here they're talking about shutting down all gas plants and only having electrified, like houses running on electricity.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes. So, yeah, you're right. There is a balance, but it needs to be a conscious balance between AI and humanity. And this whole control domination thing just needs to be booted in the ass, pretty much.
Yeah, and there's one, I'm not going to mention the name. I don't want to do a conscious name of a particular race, but they did start off, they were our future selves.
That's right. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and they got too much far into technology and lost their connection with their heart and became all mind. Therefore, the species pretty much are wiped out.
Because they don't have that heart connection.
Well, they can't reproduce. They're just all mind. Yeah, so the species is being taking humans to help.
I was going to say to a point where they're abducting humans.
Yeah, to revitalise their own kind.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't feel like it's a really good thing for us to do because they're our future.
Well, they are. I'm going to say they're a possible future.
An aspect possible future.
Yeah, because I'm not going to give that timeline any power.
No,
I'm just going to say it's a
all.
possible future.
Yeah.
And we do have what we can actually change it in this now moment.
Yes.
But we need
to be conscious.
We need a lot of people. We need everyone to be conscious and go, yeah, you know what? I don't want to be in that future timeline.
No. And there was another timeline that went so far that it did wipe out humanity. So the timeline was reset. And I think the timeline was reset for the 90s from memory. So it could only go so far. So then they had to reset the timeline for all of us.
Yeah, see, we need heart space to evolve. We need the heart. We need our heart space to evolve.
Yeah.
Because just without the heart space, you can only go so far. Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because my understanding is that we were once upon a time a 12-strand DNA being, and then we were interfered with by other races, and we were brought back down to a 2-strand DNA being. That's a big difference.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
That's, what is that, like 90%, 80%? I don't know. I'm not very good with my math, but it's a huge chunk of our DNA.
I can give you my smartphone technology calculator if you like.
Thanks. No, I think I'll just take a guess. But yeah, and the reason why I'm so gobsmacked about how much we need our heart space to actually evolve is because we just did an episode on the importance of connecting with the heart.
Yeah.
And now realizing that it's so much more important to have a heart space and to be connected to the heart so that we can evolve in a direction that
it's beneficial and positive for all. Yeah.
And I'm just remembering there's a movie that we watched years ago. It was actually it was an independent movie, and it was done based in Bali or something like that. And the teacher actually took these students on some kind of game where it was the world had ended.
Oh, that was a great movie.
And there was one person that he actually chose, a script or a character for each student. And what they had to do was they actually had to repopulate humanity again just from the small group of students or small group of people. Every time they tried it in multiple directions, people changing their character. One person was gay, then in the next lot he wasn't gay. He was, one person was a engineer, then the next thing there's something else.
They were all intellectuals.
And they were never able to actually reproduce or continue humanity.
Something would go wrong or fail.
Yeah, exactly. And bang, it would just blow up in their faces again. And then it was the one girl, the main character, the female character, she changed everything. She changed everyone to artists, musicians, creative. And only in that way, storytellers, and I'm getting emotional now, only in that way were they actually able to continue with humanity.
That says a lot, doesn't it?
It does. Just in that one independent movie.
Yeah.
It was huge. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't either, because I know we've searched for it.
Yeah, we have.
Before, because then it comes up in our heads a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good to find again.
So it's really, and I said to you in the heart episode that we're talking about, everything that we have been discussing has to do with having a connection to the heart. Even this one now, it's about being...
We've gone back to the heart again.
Yeah, being connected to the heart. Like, yes, absolutely be connected to the mind, but in order to evolve in a positive and beneficial direction for everyone, the heart is so important.
Yeah, and tech is the mind.
Yeah, tech is the mind.
So we're talking about the mind versus the heart, and they need to be in harmony. And at the start, we were talking about everything needs to be in harmony,
in balance.
In balance.
Yep.
Working together in the dance.
Yep.
Not one better than the other. Very fascinating stuff.
Yeah. So in order for us to grow, evolve, and just be our awesome sovereign beings, we need a heart space.
Yeah.
And also, and I know this has gone off topic from AI, but to have work in balance with AI, with positive AI. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting like all the farmers which are fighting for their land and our food and stuff like that, because that's all been designed, the food's been designed for not to be as nourishing or nurturing. It's got an AI component to it.
And you did say that, like, you have told me that in order for farmers to keep growing their stock and everything like that, because you said something about the soil needs to be rested for 7 years.
Yeah, that's another philosophy I heard a long time ago, where if you have a veggie patch, for example, and you use it for a couple of years or something, for example, you need to let it rest and rejuvenate for 7 years, which is a long time.
It is a long time, especially if you're a farmer and that's your livelihood.
And to try to feed a whole,
Even if you've got a veggie garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, this particular person was saying, that you need to rest it. Even if you rested it, not for 7 years.
But it just needs a rest.
Needs a rest. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it?
So
because all the nutrients out of the soil.
That's exactly it. So that's why I guess I'm just getting that's why people put nutrients.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to revive the soil so that they can continue to grow.
Revitalize it, yeah.
But unfortunately, all the vitamins and nutrients, like the original vitamins and nutrients, aren't as strong maybe as what they used to be, 100 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. I was talking to a friend, this is going back a long time ago, and she saw had a vision where everybody was taking a tablet for food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And everybody was depressed, sick, zombified, and that's all they could do is have a tablet to feed themselves.
That doesn't sound like much fun. I love food.
Yeah, so that's another AI component too, isn't it? And you're right, because when you create your own food and so you're growing your own veggies, there's such a pride and a heart space for it. It even tastes different. It's more nourishing for you. It replenishes you. It's amazing compared to when you go to a supermarket. The food is, the food's dumbed down, which is what is trying to be played out here, isn't it?
So I guess going back to the topic of the shadow aspect of AI, pretty much what we're saying is we need a balance and don't let AI control you.
Yeah, you're gonna make it your bitch.
Because I keep remembering, who remembers Terminator? I reckon that's one of the very first movies of what the plan was supposed to be. But I didn't even think of it back then, but now looking at everything, Terminator is one of those movies that I reckon was predicting what a possible future outline was going to be.
Yeah, I feel that there's a lot of movies and information out there that those timelines has happened on.
Yeah.
And we're trying to realign everything so it does play out in a certain way. So we have to, as a race, step up and make and change how we would like things to play out.
Exactly.
For ourselves and each other.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling that people want a beautiful world.
Yeah, I want a beautiful world. Do you?
Full of, kindness and creativity and prosperity and...
Yeah, absolutely.
Freedom.
Especially
freedom.
Especially freedom to eat, drink, have fun, be merry, speech,
Yes.
be, freedom to just be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. Be kind and nice to your neighbour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's important. Really, really important. And I'm just getting the Tesla Elon Musk scenario. Some of the stuff they're doing is really fascinating and fantastic. I just really hope that they come to a conscious awareness that there needs to be a balance.
Yeah, I just hope that everyone comes to a conscious awareness that balance is key.
Yeah.
Balance is important. And I guess we just have that hope and...
Well, we put out that positive intention to the universe, to the planet, to all the people who may listen to this. We'll have that beautiful conscious thought of respect and harmony and balance for all, and then throw some love magic around from our hearts. That will help.
Yeah.
For enough of us and our thoughts in the right way will make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Just come to mind then.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, so anything else you want to share with everyone?
I just want to talk about...
Oh, yeah.
in my head last night, remember when the internet turned off?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
Remember that?
Yeah, that was a weird... Yes. We need to talk about this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were editing.
Yep.
And, just doing what we do with the computers. And next thing you know, it's like, oh, SOS.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird because I was uploading a video for YouTube. You were on YouTube researching something.
Yep.
And you're also on the phone.
Yep.
And I didn't really realise it until you actually mentioned it.
Yeah, I just literally finished talking to my mother. I'm thinking, I'm going to pay a bill online, as you do. And that was it. Bang. No internet.
No, there was no internet. We checked our Wi-Fi. You checked the Wi-Fi.
Red.
Completely. The phones were SOS. And what did you say that you could feel?
I could feel and hear nothing.
And what do you mean by nothing?
It was literally like going out for a walk in the bush and there was no... I don't know how to explain it, actually.
Like there was no fuzz or no snow?
Fuzz. I felt like also that the Wi-Fis and stuff like that, when it stopped, when it came back on again, I was back on a caffeine fix.
Yeah, you did say that. If you guys try to hear, not hear what's going on in your surround.
It's an underneath hearing.
It is an underneath. It is, it's kind of like an underneath hearing. It's like in between everything. And when the Wi-Fi or the internet went down, for me, it was complete dead silence. And I know you say you've heard dead silence. No, this is...
It's different.
This was complete dead silent to the point where even the frequency wasn't even being emitted.
That's probably what we're trying to say. Like the frequency of the Wi-Fi, there was no frequency. So therefore, there was a different level of silence.
Yeah. And it's interesting that you said that you felt like you're on a caffeine fix.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I didn't even realise this, but I was a bit more jittery.
When it came back on again. Yeah, when it was off, you felt a lot more calmer. Yeah.
And a part of me didn't know what to do with myself.
See, I was the opposite. I loved it because of everything. Like I'm not susceptible, but I can tap into a lot of the mental stuff that goes on in our reality. For me, it was amazing. It was amazing just to have that peace and quiet for a little bit.
You could hear, in a way, you could hear a pin drop, and it felt like to me, it's like when you have no electricity, no power.
Yeah.
It felt like that as well.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the power's been switched off, but no, we've got power.
Yeah, so if you get what we're saying, try and see if you can feel and hear the undercurrent.
I think everybody will just instantly feel a difference.
Yeah. If you can, especially with 5G being out there, don't like 5G at all. But if you can just, it's like almost like a fuzz or, the snow that you get on the TV.
Yep.
It's like that.
Yep.
And then, once the internet goes off, you definitely feel it.
Yeah, I was like amazed. The feeling of, or non-feeling of it all. My head was clearer.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved every single minute of it.
Allison's like, you're going to have to talk to me now. What do you mean? I talk to you every day.
He does. He talks to me every day. But I was like, he's going to have to talk to me even more now.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Again.
That was a really good example. Really good example of AI, a version of AI like shutting down for a moment.
Nothing works, really.
We still had light. We just didn't have any internet. And when there was no frequency being admitted.
Yeah, we had everything else.
Yeah.
Water, gas, electricity, just no internet.
And it's really interesting when your Wi-Fi does shut down, like the amount, like you go into a panic attack almost because you got no phone.
Oh, yes, we didn't have a phone.
We were almost like, I loved the fact that there was no frequency being admitted, but just the fact of not actually having a phone is like, what are we going to do? Who are we going to contact?
Go ring your parents. What do you mean? I can't. It's on SOS. That's all right.
And we didn't know how long it was going to last for. It only lasted for an hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what happened, or what happens if they do decide to turn everything off?
Well, yeah, that's the question. That is...
Nothing will work.
That is the question. We can still cook. We can still have lighting.
You wouldn't be able to drive your electric car, I don't think.
No, you wouldn't be able to drive your electric car anyway.
If you need Wi-Fi to keep it going, I don't know how that works exactly.
You wouldn't be able to pay for anything.
Because, there'd be no payments.
No, you said that. There would be the... What are they called?
FPOS machines?
That's it. They would be down.
You're such a high-tech girl. Yeah, everything would be down. Everything.
Yeah, everything. And majority of people pay with their card or with their phone.
And they want to make it a cashless society.
So imagine what would happen if they decided to shut all that down. Crazy shit.
Wow. Well, okay. This is an interesting discussion.
Crazy. We don't fully know what would happen, but we all get a fair idea. Yeah.
I think we may have some interesting shows to talk about in the future. You just don't know.
I reckon.
That's why we say live in the moment best as you can. Plan, but still be in the moment.
And again, connect with your heart space. Have a balanced mind and heart and a balanced everything.
Yeah. And we'll see how far that gets us.
It'll get us far.
Yes,
It'll get us far. I know it will.
Well, just being a bit sarcastic. Well, thank you everyone for listening and watching again. We really do appreciate you. We hope we've made you laugh a little, cry a little. Probably not.
No. Only laugh.
Probably laugh.
Laugh a bit more. Laugh is good.
And we're sending you lots of love and blessings.
Absolutely.
And we do appreciate you. And shall see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.